G'day team, Jeremy Britton, 24-hour wealth coach. Back down on the beach again today after driving home at midnight. Spent the last 4 days down in Melbourne, a couple of days catching up with some millionaires and billionaire and learning lots of new stuff. Now, with the guys who I saw, there were some share traders, there were some property traders, there were some guys who were into tax liens. All of these people had made their wealth in different methods, and I wasn't really there looking at the strategy, I was there looking at the mindset, because all of these guys had come from different backgrounds and they'd used different strategies to get to where they are today. But I was looking for the commonalities that they had. And so Richard Branson came from a poor background, became a self-made billionaire. A lot of the other guys came from poor backgrounds and become self-made millionaires. And the one thing that I could see that they had in common was they took control of their lives. They didn't actually allow their circumstances to dictate what their outcomes were going to be. Just because they grew up in a poor family, just because they grew up in a poor country, just because they were immigrants to this country, just because they had a hard start in life, didn't mean that they actually had to continue having life hard. Now, one thing I noticed, these guys taking control of their inner world actually allowed them to take control of their outer world. One day while I was down here meditating on the beach, I woke up, came to with a thought and immediately wrote down, emotions are like horses. If you control them, you can plough a field, win a race, conquer a kingdom. If you let them run wild, they will destroy you. Some of these guys had a rough start to life and also had a rough trip along the way. Jeff and Cain have got 5 multi-million-dollar businesses, but they actually started 24 businesses. So they got 19 that failed. I think my story is probably about similar to that. And of course, Richard Branson has 8 multi-billion-dollar companies, but he has started over 400 different companies. There's a lot of failures along the way. And of course, if you've got the internal world, if you've got the internal voice that's telling you you're a loser, that you should quit, that you should give up, that you're a lowlife, and if you listen to that, then you're not actually going to go on to success. Sometimes you will fail 80 or 90 times for every one success that you have. But if you can actually control your voice, if you can control your emotion, that one success will make up for all of the failures 100 times over. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, what the little voice is, then just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and listen for a second. Right now there'll be a voice in your head saying, what little voice? What's he talking about? Is he talking about me? That's kind of the little voice I'm talking about. And if you have someone who beats you up every time you fall down and calls you names in your life, if that was one of your friends, you'd get rid of that friend very quickly. If you have a cheerleader who encourages you to get back up and try again, then you keep that friend around. The voice is inside of your head. You need to take control of that very quickly, because it can be your best friend or it can be your worst enemy. If you need some help, give me a call. Otherwise, work on yourself. If it was Buddha or King Solomon, can't remember who said it is harder for a man to take control of himself than it is to take control of the kingdom. Once you can control yourself, control your internal dialogue, control your emotions, then the kingdom will basically look after itself and it will be there for you. I'll talk to you soon, down on the beach or at 24hourwealthcoach.com.